Color brings primary and secondary color grading for SD, HD, and 2K to Final Cut Studio 2. The primary room is where you balance out your shots in color. You'll find color wheels and sliders for shadows, midtones, and highlights. And if you've used color correction in Final Cut Pro, you'll find the controls familiar, making it easy to get started in color. Once the primary grade is done and you move to the next shot, you can drag the grade from one clip to another in the timeline, making color correction on multiple clips much faster. And the Auto Balance button makes quick work of balancing out a shot. In color, we also have curves, which work exactly as you'd expect, with the top of the red curve affecting only the top of the reds, as you can see in the scopes. Secondary color correction is where all the fun begins. It's easy to create a filmic look by bringing down the blacks, pushing up the mids, and then adding lots of saturation. Now, the water looks great, but the surfer is way too red. So we'll use another secondary and smoothly pull down the reds with the saturation curve. Now, our water and surfer look great, but the color of the beach is looking a bit bland, so we'll add another secondary. And then add a vignette. We'll move it around, make it bigger, rotate it, and even soften the edges. Now we add some color, and the beach looks much more inviting. The last thing we'll do is bring attention to the surfer. We'll use another vignette to do that. This time, we'll use a circle and darken the outside of the vignette to bring the focus to the surfer. You can see it's a nice subtle way to draw your eye's attention. Let's take a look at one more shot. The red in the shirt is way too bright. To bring this down, we'll use a key. When we select the red in the viewer, in our 3D scope, a selection cage appears. This cage represents our key, and the red dots are the reds in the shirt. We can adjust the cage with the key controls and attempt to capture all the red dots to get the perfect key. And the 3D scope makes adjusting easy. Then we just lower the saturation, and the shot looks great. In this shot, we want to add some color to the sand of the beach. But it's an odd shape, and because we're working with video, it's moving. The first thing we'll do is create a custom vignette to surround the beach. When we select User Shape, Color takes us to the Geometry room, where you can simply click out a matte in any shape you want. Then you can soften it to keep the look subtle, reshape it, and readjust the softness on the inside or outside of the shape. Then, to follow the moving beach, we'll set up a tracker for the vignette and position it over the house on the beach. After a quick process, the tracker is ready to attach to the vignette. And back in the secondary, we can see the vignette move with the beach. Now we add some color, and the shot looks like a Hawaiian beach should. The Color Effects room has over 40 effect plugins that you can use in a node system to create all types of looks. Choose from effects such as blur, edge detection, film look and film grain, noise reduction, smoothing, and more. And easily string them together to create almost anything you can imagine. Or choose one of the 20 Apple-designed looks, such as bleach bypass, defocused vignettes, or sepia, and apply it to your shot, or just use it as a starting place and customize it until the look is just the way you want it. Primary color correction, secondaries, color effects, and a geometry room. Color brings real-time, professional color grading to Final Cut Studio 2.